StraightallDay.com.
What's going on, everybody? This is Dre Baldwin. I want to give you a quick training on what exactly is expected of a professional in any role. It does not matter if you are a professional athlete, if you're a professional writer, if you are a professional automobile salesperson, anything you do for a living where it is your main paid occupation and you are paying your bills and taking care of yourself and your family through doing it, you are a professional. That's the definition of the word. And I'm going to make sure we're all clear on exactly what is expected of a professional and what a professional brings to the table and why they get paid what they get paid. And many people seem to have an incorrect idea of what exactly makes a professional what they are. 3 things that I want you to get from this, as usual. Number 1, a professional is not paid for their talent and they are not paid for their potential. You are not paid for how good you look or the size of your brand or how many followers you have on social media. Even though you might think all of those things are leading to the success that you have, that is not the actual reason that you get paid. What a professional gets paid for, always, and always have, always will, and do to this day, professional gets paid for consistency. Professional gets paid for the results that they produce and the consistency of those results. That's why we pay a professional. The reason that you buy a car is because of how consistently it can do what you want that car to do, whether it's an emotional feeling you get from the car, whether it's the safety of taking care of your kids, and you feel like you get in a crash, everybody will survive, how fast the car can go, how reliable it is in the wintertime when you got to drive through the snow. Whatever the result is you want from that car, that's what you're paying for. You are not paying for the potential or the talent of the car or the salesperson or the company. You're paying for the consistency. Whatever you consistently want from that thing, that is what you're paying for. When someone pays you as a professional, they're paying for your consistent results, whatever they happen to be. Number 2, professionals are able to not only duplicate their results, but also predict their results. When you're dealing with a professional, you can predict what they're going to do, and then they go out and do it. When you are a professional, you can predict what you're going to do, and then you go out and do it. And on top of that, you can do it over and over and over again. Professionals can repeat their results. They can produce a result, and they can do it over and over again every single time without variation. That is the very definition of consistency, is the same results over time with very little variation. When someone pays you as a pro, it is not only because of what they know you are capable of doing, but also what they expect you to do every single time out. So all of you out there who are pros at what you do, or at least you want to be looked at as a pro at what you do, understand this is part of the expectation that you are signing up for when you take that paycheck, or when you sign that contract, or when you take that job, doing it every single time the same way. The 3rd thing is, professionals are able to live up to this expectation simply because they set themselves up strategically to do it. And how they do it is through a simple principle that I'll give you right here. The same things, the same way, every time. I'll say it again. The same things, the same way, every time. Any of you pros who is watching this, when you show up to work and there are certain procedures and processes that you go through over and over again, when you're working with your clients and your customers, when you're doing certain aspects of your job, certain expectations that you know you have to fulfill, do you follow the same process over and over again? Of course you do. When I worked at McDonald's as a teenager, there was a certain process to making a cheeseburger. There was a certain process to frying the fries. There was a certain process to preparing a McFlurry when somebody ordered. And that process was repeated over and over and over again. And that's the reason why McDonald's is McDonald's, not because the quality of their food is so amazing, but because the system is so tight that anyone can walk in there and the process will be the exact same things, the exact same way, every single time, no matter who is working that process. That is what a professional does. So a professional can not only be a human, a professional can be an organization, a professional can be a process. And you, as a professional, or if you're planning on becoming a professional, or you want to go to a higher level in your profession, I would suggest that you become much more consistent, your results become much more duplicatable and predictable, and you do the same things the same way every time. Why? Because this is what people pay for. People might not even know that they're paying for this, but this is what they're paying for. And if you think about it at your work, in your job, And the things that people pay you for is because they know exactly what they're going to get over and over and over again. So let me repeat these three and recap these 3 points. Number one, professionals are not paid for their talent or their potential, even though you might think you're being paid for your talent and potential. You are not. The only place you get paid for that is in professional sports when you get drafted to the NBA or the NFL. Those people are getting paid. They get contracts based on potential. They haven't even done anything yet. All the rest of us, we have to give some reason for someone else to believe that we will produce consistent results. Usually that reason is we've already done it. So, and number two, professionals are able to not only predict their results, but also repeat their success, meaning they can create success and then they can do it over and over and over again and keep doing it consistently, regardless of the circumstances around them. They can duplicate their success, and you can even predict that they're going to be successful, and then they go out and do the exact thing that you predicted that they would do. That's what makes somebody a pro. And number three, the way that professionals set themselves up strategically to follow through on this expectation is by doing the same things the same way every time. Same things the same way every time. So you, at your work right now, if you're finding that your results are kind of unpredictable, you're finding things are going one way today, another way the other day, and things are kind of getting all haywire and you don't even know what to expect from yourself, and other people aren't knowing what to expect from you, what I would suggest that you do is start putting your strategies together, putting your processes together. How can I do the same things the same way every time so that it's predictable, so that I know exactly what I'm going to get and that I can duplicate my success, not only for yourself and for your team, but also so other people know what they're going to get from you, and that is what they are willing to pay for. Now, with all this being said, at Work on Your Game Live, taking place January 21st and 22nd, that's a Friday and a Saturday, right here in Miami, I'm going to be going over this in the Personal Leadership Day. How you can start to become and stay more consistent in your work, more consistent in your deliverables, and not only consistent, but predictable, to where you know exactly what you're going to produce and you can sell that productivity. You can sell that prediction of your results to the people that you want to sell to your customers and to your clients. That's going to make you more money, more consistently, and it's going to raise the level of your game, simply because, as I just told you, this is what we're really paying professionals for. The way that you can get your ticket and register your spot at Work on Your Game Live, because December 15th is the last day for you to get your ticket, is to go right down below to workonyourgame.live. There's a button right there. Click that button. We'll take you right to the page. It'll tell you everything we're going to be doing that day, those 2 days. Leadership on day one, communication on day two. I'm teaching the entirety of the event. We got a VIP dinner on Saturday night as well. All you got to do is click that button, get all the information, register your spot. As soon as you do that, make sure you send me a text message. My numbers will be in there, and let me know that you're going to be coming to Work on Your Game Live. I'm looking forward to meeting you. I'm looking forward to working with you, teaching you over these 2 days, and us going deep on this stuff when it comes to leadership and communication. So I'll see you at Work on Your Game Live. My name's Dre Baldwin. Work on your game.